Hi, everybody. Just letting you know we're going to start up in about 1 minute.
Oh. Hi, Becky. Welcome. I see you are you're attending. Jody, welcome. Kevin. Oh, Stephanie, welcome. Good to see you again. Barbara. Yeah, Aziz, welcome.
Okay, hi, everybody. I think we're going to start up. My name is Joe. I'm a home ownership counselor here at Adair Homes in the Aurora, Oregon branch. Want to welcome everybody for joining today. We're going to do a virtual open house. With me today is also Jay Sowers. He's a regional manager for us. Jay is going to be handling a lot of the questions for us. We do encourage you to please ask questions. Down at the bottom of the screen, you will see a Q&A. Just click on that, send in your questions. Jay will be happy to answer. These usually take about an hour, depending on how many questions we have, and we'll give you a good chance to look at the plans and ask questions and get a good feel for what Adair did with this particular home. Let's start out right with looking. Today, we're going to go over the Cascades Plan. It is one of our larger plans that we build, just a beautiful home. As you can see on your screen, you will click on that particular home and it'll come up. As you scroll down, it gives you a really cool summary of just what the home's about. It'll give you a starting base price, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. It gives you an option to download a PDF, which would then give you footprints of the home if you're trying to determine lot size, which we help you with that kind of stuff later on anyway. As you scroll down, it gives you a layout of the plan itself. Actually, there's the first floor there. And then you can tab onto the upper plan and it gives you a layout of the upper plan. As you scroll down, it'll give you the different options. Different Adair homes have different exterior options. For the Cascades plan, we have 3 different options. So it would be the traditions here, and then the signature, and then the craftsman. So these elevations are just going to signify changes to the exterior of the home. It doesn't change anything inside the home. And one thing that's really great about the Adair website is as you click on the photos, the description here will change to let you know what's different about those elevation changes or exterior changes, which is really nice. So it's a good way to distinguish what you're getting at the different levels of exterior. There is a photo gallery. There's a virtual tour. Not all plans have the virtual tour in there yet, but most of them all have photo galleries. When you scroll down again, it gives you a little bit more details. And then as you see, it gives you price points for the 3 elevations that we offer. If there's 2 or 4 or 5 elevations, it would give you all pricing there as well. Okay. So again, particular to this plan, I wanted to take a quick look at this is how a home starts out when you're building with Adair. It's a cover sheet and it's going to give you just signify what you're selecting, if there's any site options that you're doing, different structural options that are most common that people really like to add or at least consider. And then as you scroll down, it gives you the actual plan here. So again, you'll see this is just a great giant house, so beautiful. And as you scroll down, once you get to these plans, it gives you a summary of the square footage of all the different rooms. It continues to give you a layout. It also goes on to include different upgrades that you can choose and how those dimensions would change. It gives you, we'll go to the signature. This particular home is the signature elevation that these customers selected, these homeowners. So it gives you views of, the front, the rear, and the side elevations. Let's go now to, so this is the actual home that the customers ended up building. I was really excited to help this family. When they first came in, they really had searched around a lot and they couldn't find a home that really fit what they needed. And they were thinking they needed to go to a full custom home and maybe hire an architect and a designer to come up with something that would fit for them. But after working with them and kind of listening to them and working together, we came up with the Cascades that actually fit everything they needed, including they were going to have grandma come live with them permanently. And so what they did, if you notice here on the difference, they added an 840 ADU. So this is an additional 840 home. It's a complete home on its own. And they did something really cool. What they did is the kitchen area for the 840 goes directly into the home there. So that's where they connect. And then what they did is they actually faced the home the opposite side of the front of the home. So grandma's going to have her own driving space, her own driveway area, and kind of just like a separate entrance, like its own separate home, even though it's connected to the main home, which is really, really cool. So when we go into this plan, I will say that this home, as we go through the video, this is a plan where they did do a lot of upgrades. I mean, they did 9-foot ceilings. They did a dual master suite upstairs. They did a master bath upgrade. I mean, they did a lot of different upgrades, which again are options. Our complimentary package is excellent. Some people choose to stick more to that. These people decided to do just a little bit more upgrades, but we'll go a little bit more through those. So go ahead, Jay.
And Joe, just a quick question here. We do have our first question. And I see that we have a lot of participants that have signed on here just in the last couple minutes.
Sure.
At the bottom of your screen, I'm going to be trying to field all the questions, and questions are super important. Okay, but please use the Q&A feature so that way I can categorize and sort the questions appropriately. But in the chat feature, right? Barbara is asking a question, Joe, that they're actually looking to do the same thing with their home.
Sure.
And do you have any kind of approximate costs on what a normal 512 square foot studio suite would cost to be added to an Adair home?
So this particular one is an 840 add-on, but the 512 is the one that we offer on the website that she's probably looking at. In general, there's two things. When you build an Adair home, you can add it attached to the home. In that scenario, you're looking right at about $52,000. You also have the option, if the jurisdiction in your lot allows it, is to build that 512 or 840 as a standalone, separate from the main home. In that scenario, it usually goes up about $4,000. There's a little bit more foundation, some different costs involved there. So it's going to be right at about 52 attached, about 56 maybe standalone.
Okay, and Joe, so just like this family did, it looks to me like they took our 512 square foot style, but this is almost like our little cottonwood plan, right?
Correct.
So customization is super easy with Adair, is what you're saying for any of us on this call that want to do something like this?
Oh, super easy. When they initially came in, again, they had selected the 512 as an add-on. And then they did the privilege for us to have grandma actually come in and meet with me as well on a separate meeting. And when grandma saw it, she just felt that 512 was not enough for her. So then we just kept working and we came up with the 840 and she thought that was perfect for her. And that's the one we went with. So yes, it's very easy to modify or customize a home.
Yeah, very cool. And Barbara, great question. Thank you for asking it. And again, as Joe keeps going on here, team, please click on that Q&A button at the bottom of your screen and please ask questions. It really makes these extremely valuable for all of us.
Cool. I just wanted to show a couple more things real quick right here on their particular plan. This is going to be what the home actually looks like for them. They actually moved the garage door to the side to accommodate their particular driveway needs, which was really cool. And then if you see, as we scroll down, there's the rear elevation where you can see the back of the home, just beautiful. And there's the front entrance to that 840 for the family member. So it's just beautiful home, beautiful layout. And so now I think we'll move into the video. And so here's the video.
Yeah, and Joe, we do have a really good question from Aziz. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is Joe? So, what is Adair's build area? Like, where is Adair able to serve customers currently in the states that we serve?
Well, we right now we build in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Arizona. So Washington and Oregon, I would say that we cover pretty much the whole states for those two states. Idaho, it's a pretty good coverage as well. It's in the Boise, Twin Falls, Idaho Falls. It's a pretty big region there as well. And then Arizona has 3 offices, 2 more particular to the Phoenix area, and then 1 down in Tempe. So for anybody that's looking to build, it's just real easy to call your local office. And Adair has all the contact information right on our website. You just make a call in, and they'll be able to let you know if we build in those areas, and more than likely we do.
Okay. Well, yeah, Aziz, hopefully that answers your question, and great question there. So Joe, on this one, I know before you get started and playing the video, can you kind of talk to site development, and it looks at a very high level, and it looks like there was some slope, and it looks like we have kind of a stepped foundation going on this one. So can you kind of answer how Adair handles site development and sloped lots like this?
Sure. So, you know, Adair does a really great job of just helping the customers out before they decide to go forward with a build, or go into contract to build, or even purchase the land. These particular homeowners, they own this land already, but if you're considering buying it, either way, what we do, we send out a professional construction superintendent to meet you at the lot and walk the lot with you. They actually outline the footprint of the home so you can see how it would look. They'll go as far as saying, hey, if you're in your great room or your living room or your kitchen, these are what your views are going to look like. And then particular to, like you said, the sloping, they will take elevation levels and determine what kind of costs are going to be involved in additional foundation if needed. Adair Homes do come in with the standard complimentary price, a foundation, but again, particular to certain properties, if there's additional foundation needed, then that's part of the site development. And we can help with determining those costs again before you decide where to build or how to build.
Awesome. And we have a really good question here. I'll go ahead and address it. The question is, you know, what are Adair's selling points and that advantage to you over your competitors or other builders? And I guess for me to answer that, it is kind of more of a broad question, but I would say that it doesn't cost you anything to come in, work with your local Adair office, understand our floor plans, our pricing, how we manage site development, and we would love to help you get your mind around how much your Adair home, with all of your amenities, how much is it going to require on a piece of property that you're thinking about buying or building on. And I think by going through that super simple process with any of our homeownership counselors, that would be the best way to help define, is Adair going to be a good fit for you? So anyway, I apologize. I don't see a name. This is from a anonymous attendee, but hopefully that was able to kind of answer your question at a high level. So yeah, Joe, let's go ahead and get us started here.
Okay, so we'll put the video here. I will say too that this home, for us to video it, we videoed at a time where there was still going to be some finish work. So inside the home, there's still some protective on the floors and things like that, but I still think you get a great idea for the home itself.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show you this. This is really particular to this Cascades plan, but if you can see, just the great window layout is just incredible. And then that curved stairway, that's super popular with this floor plan. A lot of people fall in love with that right away.
Yeah, I love how it has that clear span 2-story open to the loft.
Right.
And Joe, can you one question we have here? Can you talk to the open stair rails? I know here this family selected kind of a half wall on their stairs, but some families do more of an open stair rail. Is that correct?
That is true, yes. And then that is an option. Yep. So also I wanted to mention here, what you see right away is the 9-foot ceiling. That's an option that they selected. Adair Homes comes complimentary with 8-foot ceilings. They selected 9-foot ceilings, and the Adair package with 9-foot ceilings is just incredible. What you do is you get 9-foot ceilings, and then every window in the home on the first floor becomes a foot taller as well. Also in the kitchen, standard upper cabinets are 30 inches, those become 36. And then the standard garage door is 7 feet, it becomes 8 feet. So symmetrically, it just goes all into one package, and people love that option, and they did select that here. You can also see that they did select some can lighting there in the great room, which is again just beautiful.
Yeah. So Jody, I would say Jody has a really good question.
Yeah.
And Jody's asking, so Joe, help us understand. So you don't need to have land or own land for Adair to do a site evaluation. So I guess help us understand the minimum requirements of actually getting a site evaluation.
Sure. So what we ask for to go out and do a proper evaluation for you is, first, we just ask that you've worked with the lender and got a pre-qualification letter for a construction loan. You're not committed to take out the loan. You haven't signed for the loan. It's just a pre-qualification that says, hey, if we decide to take out a construction loan, we're eligible. So you would get that to us. And then what you do is you identify a property that you're interested in buying, and you actually go into what's called an earnest money agreement for that property. So you agree on a purchase price and you agree to buy it, but you leave yourself a safety net there by asking for a minimum of 30 days due diligence, or preferably 60 days due diligence. So now you can have Adair come in and help you determine the costs of that particular property to prepare it so we can build a home on it. So now once you get those two to me or to your home ownership counselor, then we do a little bit more work on the property itself and identifying some of the characteristics for that property. But then we'll get a superintendent out there to help you determine those costs. So that now you're going to have all the right information you need to gather all your bids to find out how much is excavation going to be? Is it temporary power and water? Do I need a well and a septic? So you gather all those numbers, and then you're still going to be within your due diligence period of 30 to 60 days. So once you have those numbers finalized, you can determine, am I going to exercise this earnest money agreement and purchase this property? Or is this not the right property for me at this time? And at the same time, you're pricing out your whole home with Adair, potential modifications, potential upgrades. You have that clearly stated in front of you on a quote, and then you can determine if it's the right move for you to sign a contract.
Okay. And Joe, what is the approximate cost for 9-foot ceilings? I know you already talked about everything that's included, but do you have that in front of you there on what a 9-foot ceiling package, or well, at least for a home this large, would cost?
Yeah, so it's going to vary, like you said, Jay, just because it depends on the square footage of the home. But I would say that they're right around 7,500 to 10,000. This particular home was 10,130 for 9-foot ceilings.
Okay. And then finally, Bruce is asking a great question here, is that for a standalone mother-in-law unit, right? How does that look like on the financial side? And Bruce, it looks like you're considering doing I'm assuming what would be a cash out refinance. I would say that our standalone mother-in-law suites, they normally start in about the $130,000 to $140,000 range. I know that's very different than what Joe suggested earlier in this call. If you're building a mother-in-law suite with the Adair home, then all of our contractors are there on site. If the mother-in-law suite is attached to the Adair home, like it is here, then obviously there's cost savings. But just for Adair to come out and do a nice little, 1,000 square foot, whatever, mother-in-law suite, I would say that would kind of need to, hit like more of our minimum contract amount. And that's probably going to be in about the $130,000 range or so. But again, your local Adair office, Bruce, would be able to really help you out on the specifics of what you're after.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go forward here in the video.
I love how open it is.
Oh yeah, beautiful. So I wanted to show something here. I mean, let me see if I can just a little forward here. So this kitchen, what they did a custom cabinet layout because they had just purchased their own appliances fairly recently. So they wanted to bring all those with them. So we were able to accommodate that, and we just changed the cabinet layout for them a little bit so their particular appliances would fit in here. But as you can see, what they did a really cool selection on their cabinets where they did two-tone. All the uppers are one color, and then the lowers are a different one, which is becoming really popular right now. That's also an upgraded quartz countertop there. And then the pendant lights, of course, are there. As you can see, the canned lights in all Adair plans, those are complimentary in the kitchen. So just a phenomenal kitchen. And like I said, you can see the taller upper cabinets there to make the 9-foot ceilings look correct symmetrically. It's a beautiful kitchen.
Looks like backsplashes have not been installed yet, right?
Yeah, so in this particular home, that is one of the things that Adair does allow the homeowner to do, which is great, is just to install their own backsplash. And they had some ideas that they were going to do later, so they are going to install their own backsplash.
Okay.
So I wanted to show that door. So complementary with the Adair, it's a 6-panel door. They selected 2-panel with the round top door there. That's an upgraded door. And then you see the lever handles are also an upgrade that they selected. And so we'll go forward.
And Joe, just really quick, Jody has a great question.
Yeah.
If for those of us that prefer the 8-foot ceilings,
Yes.
okay, which are complementary in an Adair home, how do the kitchen cabinets intersect? So is it more of an architectural style? Do the upper cabinets bump the 8-foot ceiling? I guess help us understand upper kitchen cabinets on an 8-foot ceiling.
No, I mean, they're going to leave adequate space. Is that kind of the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're still symmetrically going to look correct. It's just when you go to a 9-foot ceiling, you're going to want a taller upper there. But 8-foot, it's going to be symmetrically it's going to be functional at the top, and you're able to reach it and utilize them.
Yeah.
Is that kind of her question?
Yeah. So I would say, Jody, essentially, they're going to look identical. They're going to be fully architectural. They're going to be different heights and sizes, like you saw in this kitchen. They're just going to be 6 inches shorter, right, than a 9-foot ceiling. But again, standing back, an 8-foot ceiling and a 9-foot ceiling, the upper cabinets, they're going to look identical. Okay. And then we have another really good question here. Can I pick my own appliances? And yes, you can. Here at Adair Homes, we've contracted through Whirlpool for our kitchen appliances. Our gourmet kitchen is going to be the upper end of the Maytag series, which are really nice. Those are our gourmet kitchen appliances. But if you wanted to provide your own kitchen appliances, the answer is yes. We can absolutely do that for you. And just to kind of round out that question for you, Jody, can the cabinets, the upper kitchen cabinets, go all the way to the ceiling? For what I would call more of kind of a European design. And yes, you can. That'd be a super simple, what we call customization or a custom option on your contract. And we can absolutely take all your kitchen uppers and just bump the ceiling with them. Super easy. Okay. So those are all our questions for now, Joe. But guys, keep the questions coming. I love it.
Thank you, Jay.
So Joe,
there's
just
that.
real,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
So yeah. So do pedestal sinks? I mean, are those standard, or can we do cabinets in powder baths?
You can. So all our half baths come with a pedestal sink complimentary, but you can go to a full cabinet underneath if you'd like. Yes. Okay. So right here, this is one thing that when our construction guys were building this, they were so excited about this part. What you're looking at here is the utility room with a dog shower that was put in as a modification. Pretty fancy dog, I think there, but this particular homeowner is a veterinarian, so it was very important for her to have that dog shower. And so pretty cool, I think.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I want one of those. So Joe, got another question here.
Yes.
Can you kind of touch on the interior trim in this home? And is that an upgrade? And is the homeowner allowed to do any, well, I'm assuming interior trim work to save money?
So what you're looking at there, the closet there, that has what's called a craftsman trim. Standard or complimentary would be a colonial trim, which is a little bit different. Our windows come standard with just sheetrock all the way around, but we have like 3 or 4 different options on wrapping your windows. And so this particular home, they did select the upgrades. And as far as doing their own, Jay, I know there's some options there, but I don't think the trim is something that customers are able to do.
Correct. Yeah. So if you work with your local Adair office, we can talk you through what homeowners are able to do to save money. But unfortunately, interior trim is not one of them. The reason is it does affect a multitude of other contractors behind it. Everything from door jambs to flooring to how tall to set the baseboards, etc. And that actually kind of leans into Lauren's question is Joe, so do the homeowners, to save money, can we paint the interior of the home ourselves?
Yes. So part of that site development is interior and exterior painting that the customer can paint themselves or hire a third-party company to do that. The great news is that Adair does build. So if you decide that you'd like Adair Adair does paint. So if you decide that you want Adair to paint the home, we will do that. But yes, the customer can do their own painting.
Awesome. Okay.
So there's an example again of our window trim where they selected the Craftsman window trim for the person who had the question with the trim.
Yeah.
And now
Joe,
we're in the 840 suite. So we're in the grandma suite now. This is the ADU. So this is the front great room. That's looking out the front window. As you can see, the porch right in front there. And look at grandma's view, just gorgeous. And so that's the great room. And as you can see there, the 840 has its own kitchen area. So again, they did a great job of selecting some different granite out there and some cabinetry that grandma selected herself. And going forward here. Oh, one thing to mention, that the carpet, one thing that they did here was this was grandma's selection. If you look at the carpet, that is a complimentary carpet that Adair offers. It's a great carpet. And she selected that in her great room. But as we go into her room, you'll see that in her room, she decided to upgrade her carpet in her particular bedroom. So we'll see that in a minute. So here's her bedroom. And like I said, there's where she wanted that particular carpet. It matched her bedroom furniture. And so she selected this carpet for her bedroom.
So
But
Joe,
you
is
can
that our standard flooring?
That is not standard flooring. So that is going to be a tile floor. And then again, she selected her own quartz in her bathroom as well. And then if you see here, what she decided to do, she wanted a grab bar there. And so we installed that. And then she didn't do a walk-in shower. She actually did a roll-in shower. So, you know, if someone has, you know, wheelchair that they need to utilize, she's able to roll right into the shower, which is really cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, are those our standard cabinets?
Those are standard cabinets.
Okay.
Yes. But again, a granite countertop.
So Joe, we have as we're going back into the main body of the home here, we have a really good question. So this attendee says, you know, I really like wood floors, not laminate and not carpet, but like actual like wood floors. I'm assuming more of an engineered hardwood. What options exist for engineered hardwood flooring?
We have quite a wide selection for engineered hardwood. And yes, we do offer engineered hardwood. And I'd say just there's maybe 20 to 24 options in most of our design centers that they can select from.
Okay, and all of it is Shaw flooring.
It is all Shaw flooring. Correct.
Yeah.
So here's their pantry, beautiful, and they added the sink in there as well, which is just incredible, super beautiful. And again, if you notice, there's different cabinets in here as well. They did a large selection of various cabinets, which really added a lot of character to the house.
Yeah, I can imagine if they took that protective coating up off of that floor, that'd be gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that's a super nice floor.
So Joe, that's the den right there off of the stairs, correct?
Guys,
Yeah.
they're coming in here now, yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And again, an upgraded carpet in there as well. So again, now we're going into the master suite. Same thing, they did upgraded carpet. Look at their views. They added a door as well there to step outside. I think they're going to put a deck out there later themselves. There's a tray ceiling there as well. Just a beautiful bedroom. And here they did French doors into their master bathroom, and they did upgrade the master bathroom. Standard in a master bathroom is going to be a tub shower combination. They did the master upgrade where they get the deeper soaker tub and then the walk-in shower, and then they also tiled it. So just a very beautiful, and you can see there's still a little bit of backsplash to finish once we get in there. You can also see the dual vanity sink that is standard in the master bathroom as well. Giant walk-in closet. I think that's one of the highlights. And Adair has a lot of plans where the walk-in closets are just really large. I know that's really one of the popular things that drives people.
Yeah, Joe, another good question here is, so for like media rooms, help us understand, does Adair offer like additional like outlets and power options and stuff for media rooms, or a whole assortment of other things?
Yes, so when you visit your local office, you'll see that the plans will be displayed with every outlet that comes complimentary with the plan. But yes, you can add outlets, you can add additional interior or exterior outlets, different media. Adair also allows customers to do low voltage wiring during the build. So that's another thing that's pretty popular for people. But yes, you can add them. You can raise some of them up 6 feet if you're going to mount a TV up on the wall. You can raise it. I've had some customers request that we put them in the floor, and so we've done that as well.
Yeah, and specific to media rooms, we also have interior wall installation as well, so you can actually sound deaden or dampen a room as well.
Right, very nice.
So yeah. And Joe, maybe we're going to make our way back out there, but I've gotten a couple questions. Is the dining room the room to the right of the entry door?
Yes.
So yeah, so you might want to click back on the customer floor plan,
Okay.
or head back in there if we can.
So this will give you the layout here. As you walk in, the dining room is right off to the right. That's when we came out of the butler's pantry, came in, and then the den is off to the left.
Got it. Yeah, I guess if the camera takes us back that way, maybe point that out, because we have got a couple questions on that, den versus dining. And Joe, just real quick to pause here, talk us through our different shower options and how that works, from different wall tiles to flooring, etc.
Well, you can get pretty creative with those. Again, what's complimentary is a tub shower combination. It's a fiberglass. Some people select to take the tub shower combination out and just do a walk-in shower. And so again, that's a fiberglass insert. Again, you can tile it, you can tile the walls, you can tile the floor. This particular one, again, is a master bath upgrade, or a master bathroom upgrade, where they did the deeper soaker tub and a walk-in shower. And if you see, they left the floor as is, but they tiled the walls.
Got it. So it would be an additional upgrade for those of us that wanted a tiled floor in our shower.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, so long story short, team, is lots of options on how elaborate you would like your showers to get.
Right.
So, okay.
So again, Jay, there's the entry, and there's the dining room to the right there. And then when you looking at the door here to the right would be the den, but coming in to the right is the dining room.
Got it. Thank you for that clarification.
Yep. There's another look at it there.
So Joe, as we're making our way up the stairs here, when we get to the top, maybe we can pause. But so we have another good question so I'm hoping to have more of a daylight basement style, because I want to do it maybe a gym or additional food storage. So Joe, at a very high level, can you walk us through how Adair manages our daylight basement plans?
Sure. So we do offer daylight basements. The one thing would be that the property would have to accommodate for a daylight basement to be able to be put in. So there needs to be a certain amount of elevation difference sloping there. But yes, we do that. And then again, just like everything else, we're pretty flexible on like square footage on a daylight basement. So you could get pretty creative and determine the square footage that you're going to need for that. And then same thing, what we can do is get you some pricing on what that's going to be so you can make a decision on that.
Got it. And we got two questions simultaneously about the same thing.
Okay.
Hey, I'm looking at this floor plan. We absolutely love it. Is it possible to open up the banister? Same thing about half wall at the stairs. So yes, team, that's why I kind of brought that up right off the beginning is, a lot of families do like having just a clean little half wall going up the stairs. But other families prefer more of an open rail system. And here at Adair Homes, you can either do a wood handrail with wood paint grade balusters, right? Or we also have a few different wrought iron styles with kind of a nice paint grade handrail. The hard part for us is what style and which one do you want to install? But I would say for a home of this size, Joe, do you have an estimate on what maybe just like a wood open rail system would cost on a home of this size?
No, I don't have that in front of me, Jay. Do you
Yeah.
recall just anything off a past home, what you think you might estimate that at?
Yeah, I answered a question privately earlier in this, and I'm guesstimating, about 3 to 5,000.
Okay.
But see, some families are like, "Ooh, I just want this section to be open rail." Other families are like, "No. I want my whole stair system, upstairs, everything to be open rail."
Right.
But just know that yes, it's possible, and we can absolutely provide you pricing specific to your floor plan.
Got it. Okay. So we'll continue upstairs now. And we're in one of the bedrooms here, upstairs bedrooms. As you can see, they did decide to go with the upgraded carpet, the same one that flowed all the way up the stairs to match it. Second bedroom, of course, upstairs. So here's where in the Cascades, you can choose an option to add a dual master suite. So upstairs, they chose that, so they selected that, and it's a dual master. So now we're in the dual master suite upstairs. And you can see pretty big sized room. What a nice bedroom. Closet.
I love this floor plan.
What a great bathroom too, right? It's like again, dual sinks, tile floors, just a beautiful view. I've showed this video to a couple of people and they just love the color selections that they chose to paint the home as well.
And again, Joe, this customer seems to be really big into backsplashes, so they're doing their own backsplashes again.
They're doing their own backsplash throughout the house. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So Joe, if we paused it right here,
Yeah.
So we're getting more questions on the stair details.
Okay.
So yes, so you guys can all see how I'm just calling it a half wall follows the stairs down, right? Um, and this is our standard stair detail. So that is a very good question that we just got here recently. That yes, this detail that you're seeing right here is complementary in the Adair home. Okay. A couple other questions regarding stair width. I would say that this fisheye lens that the videographer is using makes some of the attributes of the home feel a little different. But all of our stair widths are all at a minimum of 3.5 foot wide. And if so, it's a very nice wide accommodating stair. Same width almost as a hallway, right? Where two adults could pass one another. But the question is that what if I wanted wider stairs? And yes, here at Adair, we can absolutely accommodate that. We would just have to kind of figure out those details and what that would look like. So again, any customization is super, super easy. And we did that. Yep. And then Joe, I guess when you get down into this great room, we have another question asking if the windows in this home are complementary. I'm assuming the great room windows all being stacked like that.
In this particular plan, they are. Keep in mind that they are a little bit taller because they did select the 9-foot ceilings here. But yes, the amount of windows are complementary in this plan.
Perfect. Oh.
And what a great view of them right there. Right?
Come on. This is crazy.
That's just a gorgeous home. Yes.
I can only imagine after they get their entertainment center and their furniture in and
oh yeah.
Anyway.
Again, there's where they move the garage door to the side. Just beautiful for their driveway.
And again, Joe, this is you mentioned earlier that this is a signature series home.
Correct.
So is it true that all of the kind of the gable detailing and everything that you're seeing here, everything is in the window wraps, all of that is complementary on a signature home. Is that correct?
Correct. That is, everything is complementary when you select the signature elevation on this one or exterior option. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And there's a good view of the front door of the 840.
Okay. All right. And Joe, so were the upstairs rooms, were those also 9 foot, or how does Adair do its 9-foot ceilings?
So 9 foot would just be for the bottom floor.
Yeah, main floor. One more question, Joe. I can answer it if you'd like. But so does all the heating vents come out of the ceiling rather than the floors?
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. So for us and the way Adair frames our homes and for energy code, we do duct the ceilings. That's just the way that we've always done it. Old school technology is you put a floor register right in front of a window because windows are the draft point to the home. But nowadays with double paned premium vinyl windows, homes don't draft, and floor ducts are brilliant dirt collectors. So for a lot of different reasons, not only Adair, but the whole HVAC industry has moved to more ceiling duct applications. So
great. Oh, Jay, and that brings up another thing that's pretty important here too, is the 840, they did do a mini split out there. So what that means is that they can control their own temperature, and grandma can have her home at whatever temperature she wants and doesn't maintain what the main home is. So if you have a more comfort level that's different, then you can maintain it there.
Yeah. And I will say, for those of us that are concerned, like, Adair, you're nuts. You mean to tell me, wait a second, heat rises. So and you're putting the air ducts in the ceiling? That makes no sense. So just remember that with today's technology, with HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, they are in constant motion, right? They're constantly circulating air throughout that home. So think of your home like a Yeti cooler, right? It doesn't matter where you're interjecting that heat into the cooler. All Adair homes, well, all homes, period, built to today's energy codes, are all very airtight. So wherever you interject that heat, that's where the entire home, from the carpet to the ceilings, are all going to be the same exact temperature due to air circulation. Like grandma and grandpa's home with the floor registers, what happened there is the home would heat, the thermostats would be satisfied, and the entire system shuts down. And then all that heat rises, right? Now my feet are cold until my thermostats get triggered, and then the whole system kicks back on again to heat the home back up. So just food for thought on that.
Sure.
My goodness.
So look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous.
My goodness.
And that all is their property out there. So it's beautiful.
Oh, oh, I am so jealous. So Joe, just to pause it here, another question just came up from Kevin. So in the state of Oregon, right, Adair does install a full vapor barrier system in the basement or crawl space. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes. So yes, Kevin, we do 100%. And in some areas of Oregon, well, in Southwest Washington, if there's areas of concern from the jurisdiction, we also do a much heavier vapor barrier system if there's like radon gas or whatever in your particular jurisdiction. So, so Joe, I guess, so if anybody else has any questions, it looks like we are coming up on our time here. We got about, almost just shy of 10 minutes. So Joe, any other closing thoughts that you may have? And how does any of us get a hold of our local Adair office? What is the best way? The website? I mean, talk us through getting a hold of our local Adair offices.
Sure. I think the website is just a great place to start because it's going to give you all the information you need and then the contact information for your local office. If you're not sure, call any office. Anybody at any office is happy to look up where you're building and who is the right contact, and they'll direct you to the right office, the right person.
Perfect. Yeah, Troy, this video, unfortunately, Joe and I don't have full access to it here, but actually, you know what? We can cheat the system. I'm assuming that this video is going to go up on our website, but Joe, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you actually just vocalize your email address, and
Sure.
then Troy, if you email Joe, I'm sure Joe might be able to share this video file with you.
Sure. So my email address is the letter J, and then my last name, which is BECERRA @AdairHomes.com. So it's jbecerra@AdairHomes.com.
Perfect. And Joe, I believe it's out of this office too. Don't we have the Mount Rainier? Kevin's wondering, coming up, is that next week?
I believe it's next week. We'll be doing that one out of this office as well.
Yeah, and that's a really nice home. My goodness.
Beautiful.
So, all right. Yeah, so if there's no other questions, again, team, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully this was of benefit to you to be able to walk through one of our larger floor plans that we offer, get a good feel for the quality and craftsmanship. And just like Joe said, going to our website, adairhomes.com, We would love to interact with you, get your questions answered, and get you in contact with your local Adair office. And please understand, there's no cost, there's no commitment. We would love to fully engage with you and help you through financing, floor plans, process, customization, and just see if Adair if Adair is going to be a good fit for you and your family. So any closing thoughts, Joe?
No, just want to thank everybody for joining. And just like you said, Jay, I mean, this is a great option for a lot of families, and it's absolutely free to explore it all the way down to the entire budget before you commit to the loan, to the land, or to the home. So it's a great system to take advantage of, and we encourage you to call us, your local office, and we're happy to help.
All right. Well, thank you guys very, very much. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for attending.